Sojiro?
I was cleaning up and found this.
Ah, crap.
This is a calling card, right? I read about it online, too.
You went into my room without my permission?
I'll apologize as much as you want later. So, what is this?
And Ren can't stay perfectly still out of this either. He's not perfectly clean because how would she have gotten the calling card in the first place or even know about the thieves coming after her if she was not introduced? So...
That's...
Is it something to get flustered over?
Well, kinda. On its own, and with how the public is behaving right now, it's kind of a big deal.
I knew it. This isn't just some game you're playing.
Somebody would think of it as a pretty sick game in their eyes.
Why aren't you saying anything?
Hold on, can I just... I'm not delaying the inevitable, but can we just take a moment to think about what that plate right there is used for? Like, look at that plate on the table right there with the 3 lines, or the edged lines on it. Like, what exactly is that used for? Because I only see one of them. It doesn't really look like it could be a coaster or a saucer for something. Like, is that an ashtray? Is that supposed to be an ashtray? Kinda looks like one.
Why did you keep it?
Well,
I mean, it was memorable.
yeah, you can't really fault her for that, considering it was the one thing that kind of tied her to all of her friends to begin with. And it was pretty life-changing for her. Like, that's the cornerstone of what changed her life, so... I mean, keepsakes are keepsakes. But unfortunately, we all have to suffer the consequences.
Explain.
Explain.
Can't tell me?
Explain.
Oh, well, none of she's like this. Like, we gotta calm down. Let's all just calm down for a minute, okay? Because she looks like she's about to go off.
Hey, if this keeps up, Futaba's...
Not go off as in, you know, go off as in complete Alt F4, you know? Look, I'll help explain everything if that makes it better.
I'm talking to Futaba here, you know.
Yeah, and how do you think she got wrapped up in all this?
I'll get right to the point. Is this a real one? Did they trigger a change of heart in you?
There's no easy way to say it.
How about it?
Ever since Mom died, there was no exit. I was trapped in a labyrinth of my heart.
There's no easy way to explain this otherwise.
I knew I had to leave it, but I couldn't do it by myself.
Futaba. Here, sit down.
We can actually talk about this now?
I can at least listen to what you have to say.
Thank you.
The Phantom Thieves saved me. They stole my messed up heart. It's the same as Mom's research. They changed my cognition.
Seriously? Wakaba's research about altering one's cognition. I wondered about it myself, too, but still.
So he actually... If it wasn't already known before, he already has a leg up on what's actually going on here, so it's a lot easier to explain this rather than to a guardian who knows nothing, absolutely nothing about what could be happening. When did you first start taking notice?
When she said she was going to go to the beach out of nowhere, and even the doctors had thrown in the towel.
Yeah, that'll do it. You could thank Japan's #1 group of busybodies for that.
At first, I just chalked it up as other kids being a better support for you than any adult.
Not too far from the truth.
But as I kept watching the tabloid shows here day in and day out, a thought crossed my mind. I thought your case kind of seemed similar to what these phantom thieves were doing.
Wow.
Doesn't take that much of a genius.
I'm still your guardian, you know. I'd never overlook such a drastic change in your behavior.
Still, he is pretty sharp to pick up on what's going on in his background, you know?
Sojiro.
Like you said, he is your guardian.
But to think that Wakaba's research and the phantom thieves changing hearts were about the same thing. Back in the day, I used to be a government official.
Ooh, backstory exposition time.
My job was to be the bridge between the country and the lab that Wakaba worked at. It's around that time that I got to know her. She said something odd when we were out drinking. That one of these days, she might die a bizarre death. Who wouldn't take that as a joke? I just laughed it off.
I mean, you said it yourself, she is quite a bizarre woman.
But it happened exactly as she said.
On the other hand, she might have said that because she was already preparing for it. She might have suspected that, you know, she was on thin ice with her superiors or whoever was funding her project, and she knew she was a liability.
If anything were to happen to you, I'd feel like I let her down. There's something I want to ask you. Judging from your attitude, you knew about this calling card, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
You should have known that Futaba had a change of heart through the Phantom Thieves as well.
Yep.
Is there a connection between you and them? The first incident of a change of heart was a teacher at your school. The kid who brought that painting here was a pupil of that artist who had a change of heart, wasn't he? And then there's Futaba. You always seem to be linked to these incidents somehow. Got anything to say?
Well, guess you're right. They're not exactly just coincidences when you add them all up. Well, I can't just say nothing. He is pretty sharp, but it's not answering his question. I'm just gonna apologize for keeping quiet about all this. I had my reasons.
You know what people call them? Criminals.
Yeah, because of recent events. What about all the stuff that the thieves have done in the past? Past tense. All we've done is change the hearts of rotten crooks, and people's lives have turned out better for it.
Why did you introduce such dangerous people to Futaba?
Because she needed the help, man. I mean, come on. Think about how she was these past, I don't know, I can't exactly remember each and every time. Maybe 2 years? Has it been 2 years since, you know, the whole incident happened? She was freaking miserable, alright? Something had to be done, and she's better off for it. You can't possibly still link the two to shut down to the thieves, you can't still possibly link the two together as, they're committing the same thing. Especially when looking at your daughter who's been saved by them. Like, come on, man.
That's not true! I asked them!
Exactly, that too.
That's why he saved me! He stole my heart!
Well, this just got awkward.
Asked? Stole?
Yeah, well, as they say, cat's out of the bag now. I just say that as Ren slowly pulls Morgana out of his bag. But, surprise! I've kind of been a vigilante of justice for about a couple of months now. Yeah, and guess who also became a recent member? Yay!
Wait, are you saying that he's the one who changed your heart?
Guilty.
He doesn't just deal with the Phantom Thieves, he's actually one of them?
Should we tell him I'm also the leader of our group?
You're pulling my leg, aren't you?
Wish I was, sir. Wish I was. This is no joke.
Are you serious?
Pretty dead serious.
You really are a Phantom Thief? Oh, for crying out loud.
I mean, listen, I can tell you straight up, I am not responsible for killing people. Alright? I'm just gonna say it flat out. I have not killed anybody. Whether you choose to believe that or not is up to your discretion, but I suggest you think very carefully about the drastic change of events.
Sojiro!
So, basically, I've been sheltering a Phantom Thief for the last 6 months?
Yeah, pretty much.
And on top of that, Futaba's involved too.
Yeah, here's the funny thing. Who's gonna tell him?
What the hell?
We've completely left you out of the loop, sir. Our sincerest apologies.
I want to find the culprit who killed my mom!
Wait, killed?
She was killed! I remember it now!
Stop this nonsense!
Dude, she straight up told you she was gonna die someday. Did you not think she was expecting some sort of assassin or somebody to be responsible for his death? When things have played out the way that they did? Like, come on, you can't be at the very least suspicious. You can't turn away from that possibility.
Why won't you believe me? Are you the same as everyone else?
Sojiro, come on, dude. You know that was not of natural causes.
Didn't you know already? The way Mom died wasn't normal!
She fell face first into the street.
Didn't you notice that her research was stolen by someone? Sojiro!
When she passed away, I did think it was odd. It was awfully fishy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
But what could I do? All I was able to do was run from it all. Run away, hide, and end up here, some old guy running a cafe. To be frank, I took you in for my own good. Like it'd somehow make up for what I'd done.
Nobody in any frame of mind would blame you for thinking that way. If it was just to be in Wakaba's good graces, the one thing you think you'd owe her to take care of her kid?
It's basically my fault that you got burdened with all this crap.
No. Sojiro, no. No, it is not, and we'll tell you, you're responsible for saving this poor girl. You didn't burden her with any of this crap. It was the people who... It was the other selfish adults who basically surrounded her with all of the guilt before you came along.
It's not your fault, Sojiro.
Exactly.
I acted all big, lectured, even yelled at you kids. And I end up getting consoled by her. God, real pathetic, aren't I?
Well... That's just a part of being human, sir.
I mean, the one who killed Mom's the one at fault.
We're all a little pathetic at times, but again, it's all part of being human. What else can you do but embrace the guilt? And as she said, there's still somebody out there who ended up doing the deed, and we still have to find him.
I see. Don't worry. Even if you are the real Phantom Thieves, I have no intention of reporting or kicking you out.
Woo! We don't go homeless for another day.
I mean, who would believe such a story? Unless they catch you red-handed, it's impossible to explain that you're the Phantom Thieves.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Let me just say one thing, though. Immediately back out of a fight that you can't win.
What do you mean?
Don't you get it? If, by chance, you pissed off the same guys that killed Wakaba...
Too late. Way too late for that. Sorry.
then they're not someone that kids like you can deal with. Listen to reason, all right?
Well, so we're gonna do the best we can. That's all we have.
We're done talking about this. Come on. Time to eat. All that yelling's gotten me hungry.
Phew. If he turned us in, that would have jeopardized our operation.
Yeah, and I would have actually been thrown into not juvenile jail, but actual jail, because I'm already convicted.
Still, we should tell the others about what just happened.
And things really could have turned out ugly.
Oh, I'm tired.
Oh, I bet you are. I am too. What? He knows everything? You've gotta be freaking kidding. Wait, are you okay? Did he report you or anything? We likely wouldn't be receiving these messages if Ren was not okay. I had a feeling that boss was no ordinary man. But he didn't recommend you turn yourself in, did he? I think in that case, we can consider him a new ally. Now, I'm more curious about what he mentioned to you. You mean how our enemy might be the same people who targeted Fatapa's mother? Was this not already cleared up before? Yes. She was killed by mental shutdown, the same method used by the culprit we pursue now. Oh, right. We haven't exactly told how to everything yet, so yeah. Well, now that we already caught her up. Wait a second though. Didn't you say boss had to run from it all? Does that mean someone was trying to stop the news from getting out? Who could do that? Someone at a very high level of power. Who do you think the culprit could be? Someone very powerful. Aren't you letting your imagination run wild a bit? Well, power can measure out to be a lot of things for Yuji. We're not just talking, you know, outlandish. We're talking just a very... just someone who has enough power in our world to stop any information they don't want getting out. So, yeah, it would make sense. Wait a sec. If you're right, then wouldn't the police be working for him too? Yep. That's not impossible. Definitely makes it a lot easier to pin down our targets. Or to pin down those who are targeting us. If they're all part of the same group, it just makes them that much... Well, it kind of narrows down the aspect, but at the same time, it kind of... Yeah, the police are not our friends here. Yeah, this is getting too big for even me to think about. Can we really win this?
We're gonna win, no matter what.
Hell yeah. Well, I guess the chief had an inkling after all. Yep. So, in light of everything that just happened and the school festival officially coming to a close, can we do anything? No. Do we have to go immediately to sleep? Can we? I guess so. Wataba, what do you make of this?
Sorry.
It's my fault. All this happened because I kept the calling card. It's so late already. Sojiro's still awake. This is kind of awkward. If you'd like, I can set up the sofa. I think I might have a blanket or two, maybe a pillow. You can sleep on the sofa.
Hey, wait!
Wait, shouldn't you sleep on the sofa so that Wataba can go ahead and sleep on the... I haven't exactly cleaned the sheets. Would that be a problem? No, I'm gonna go home. Night. Yeah, alright. I guess that would have been the right thing to do.
That concludes the speech given by Representative Masayoshi Shido, who may be forming a new party.
You and me both, Sojiro, you and me both.
We now resume our coverage of the Phantom Thieves, the suspects for Mr. Okumura's death and others. The police have designated the Phantom Thieves as the country's most wanted fugitives.
They really don't waste any time. So now we're the country's most wanted, huh?
And have decided to reward anyone with information leading to the capture of the Phantom Thieves.
Oh boy.
Look,
Morning, boss.
Those who provide information will be offered a reward of 30 million yen.
Good grief. As if anyone's gonna pass that up.
And considering the high amount, it shows how extraordinary the situation has become.
Clearly.
Reward money will be supplied by the police and the families of the victims. Further,
if I report you to the police and they arrest you, I supposedly get 30 million yen for it.
Yeah. If that kind of money, I'm pretty sure, you know, it would mean something of value to you. That is pretty insane, though.
I hope you understand the situation you're in.
Trust me. We fully understand how serious the situation is.
Even people who didn't have an interest before will be on the lookout for the Phantom Thieves.
Yep. We are well in deep water. We gotta keep on our toes every step of the way.
And it'll happen every day, even at school. Why did this happen?
This happened because of influences. Some influences out of our control. I'm sorry I had to bring this to you.
This isn't about me.
Yeah, but still, I got you
Well,
involved.
How do I put this? I'm sorry I didn't realize it. It's also my responsibility that this happened.
What is this, a competition? There's no way any of this could have been your fault.
All I can do now is give you shelter.
And that's the most I can even expect from you.
Just don't become desperate and do something reckless, all right?
For now, just believe that I will do everything in my power to get me and my team out of this situation.
I won't sell you out. As long as you're here, there's nothing to worry about.
Thank you, sir.
I feel bad about what we've done to the chief. I'm responsible too.
Yeah. We're all responsible for getting us in this hot mess. We're still finding a way to get ourselves out of it.
Did you see that reward? Perhaps we put too much pressure on them.
And so the heat rises up.
With this, the Phantom Thieves have become public enemy number 1. Exactly. That will be when their curtain falls.
I wouldn't be so sure about that just yet.
Hey, great!
Don't count your ballots before they're registered, you know? I can't believe how big the bounty is. We should look for the Phantom Thieves ourselves. Akechi suggested they go to the school, right? Yeah, but let's not. There's been too many mental shutdowns as it is. It'll probably be the end of us if we start sniffing around now. But 30 million yen, man. Just let me dream a little. Yo, did you see the news? I had braced myself for this possibility. Actually, having a wanted notice out for us feels kind of weird. Really? I feel like it's par for the course. I'm not sure we're gonna get away this time. Our backs are truly against the wall now. Discussing it here won't do us any good, though. Let's talk more in person.
We're wanted now. And the reward's 30 million yen? What is this, a comic book?
Or an anime / manga / RPG.
It feels so unrealistic, I can't help but laugh.
We're finally being treated as actual criminals.
I wouldn't call this an achievement, but...
I'm positive now. Remember all of those what-ifs I mentioned before? All of this was truly set up. How President Okumura ranked first, the Fad before that, even Medjed. It was all to make the Phantom Thieves famous. On top of that, we were lured to target Okumura.
They completely got us in check.
Yeah. The enemy likely planned to lay the blame on us from the start, after we gained popularity.
Then what about everything we've done until now? Are the people whose hearts we changed and thought were corrupt actually not?
No. You're thinking way too far back about this. All of the people we've changed, yeah, they were bad people. It's just that circumstances were built around those bad people.
No, because of Yusuke and I, the Madarame and Kaneshiro cases were coincidental.
Oh yeah, everything from Kamoshida all the way to Kaneshiro were completely out of the frame.
Wasn't that the case with Kamoshida too? Considering what happened with the rankings, only the previous target would have been used to lure us.
Yeah.
What a cheap trick to use.
Cheap? It's nothing of the sort. There's the fake Medjed and the site's altercation. They might have even engineered the Fat around us.
Yeah. It does feel like it's a below-the-belt move, but it's pretty convoluted.
So much time and effort has been put into this. President Okumura probably wasn't their only target.
Yeah. Meaning whoever set this up really wants to make sure there are no enemies in their path or anything that can get in the way of what their end game is.
Perhaps they intend to place all blame of past and future psychotic breakdowns on our group.
And that only happened because our group just started to become relevant, so they saw us as the easiest scapegoats they can find on short notice.
That's why I said we shouldn't jump into things so carelessly.
What, so this is my fault? Even you agreed to it in the end. And there was that thing with Haru at the time. How are we supposed to ignore that, huh?
I'm sorry. This was all because I one-sidedly decided that my father was a criminal.
No, okay. I'm gonna stop everybody here. Because one, Haru, your dad was a criminal. Two, Ryuji, you need to calm down because Yusuke isn't necessarily placing the blame on you. If anything, we're all responsible for this. We all got caught up, so let's not, start cannibalizing each other over this.
All I could think about was my fiancé. If I had only been able to cope with it more calmly.
If you did, you more than likely wouldn't have been able to see natural sunlight again. Or, that's a bit extreme, or whatever your fiancé would have done to you. It would have completely ruined you, so there's thinking about things more calmly and trying to save yourself.
Haru?
It's not Haru's fault. I should have spoken up too when Principal Kobayakawa died.
Damn it! This is bullshit! God! Fuck! Ah!
Ryuji! Taking out your frustration on things doesn't help anyone.
Well, I'm about 2 inches away from feeling the same way he would in this situation. And honestly, if he doesn't get all this pent-up frustration out now, then when will he, I'll take the couch as a sufficient sacrifice for all of his rage. Because it's completely natural given all that's happened so far. This is completely unfair.
Hey, what do you think? How did we lose? What did we do wrong?
We lost because they baited us. But they baited us because we mixed our goal with our desire to become famous. We got so caught up in the fad ourselves, trying to be seen as international heroes. We were really just caught up in the public ratings, what people thought about us, and it even exploded into whether or not we were gonna go after Okumura or after other people based on popularity polls. Like, we were trying so hard to be famous that it blinded us, and they used that as a way to bait us.
It's probably because we weren't acting like ourselves.
Exactly as Morgana says.
Agreed. At the time, we only cared about the opinion of the general public.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that really is it.
We weren't just thinking about this objectively, but subjectively.
I was so caught up in making a name for ourselves. I'm such an idiot! I became a phantom thief because I hated those same kinds of adults!
To think we had begun clinging onto fame and a place to belong, that our eyes had become clouded.
We were meant to be the righteous phantom thieves, but we lost sight of our original cause.
Yeah. my first thought is that Haru isn't necessarily the best person to stand on the line, considering she just recently joined, but what she's saying was right.
I'm so irritated with myself.
We all are, Mako. Get in line.
Makoto.
Damn it! I know that we've been set up, and that I was a complete idiot too! But still, it's so damn frustrating! Of course I want to do something about this!
Yeah. We'll be in deep water at this rate. However, we have no idea who we're up against, and whether they're an individual or an organization.
Yeah. We're definitely on our last legs, and no continues either.
Furthermore, they must be in a position of power, or have powerful backers if they can go so far.
Are we really a match for this?
Should we end this now?
Well,
I mean, things might get worse for everyone.
while it is true, I think we're screwed either way. We can't necessarily keep hush-hush after disbanding. So either way, we're up shit's creek without a paddle. I think it'd be better if we actually stood our ground and did something.
Hey, what should we do?
Because if we just end things here, then it's absolutely game over. We spent our time lamenting about the situation. Now let's spend our time... It's time we start thinking about ways we can turn the tables.
Yeah. Running away with our tails between our legs is exactly what they want. We'd be dumping everything we stand for just to save our own asses.
I see. I take back what I just said. I can't let it end like this.
There we go.
Absolutely not like this.
That's definitely the attitude to have. I say if we're gonna go down, we're gonna go down frickin' swinging.
Looks like we're settled on what we want to do. All that's left is how we go about it.
Well, have we decided on if we want to bring Akechi along?
Yeah.
Hey, it's me.
Yo, what's up, bro?
About me yelling earlier.
Look, don't stress it, alright? I completely understand that it was something that you had to do. Alright? We're all pretty tied up about this, and you're naturally frustrated, okay? But it's because you care. So, believe me, I don't really care that you were making a ruckus and just freaking yelling at the top of your lungs, alright?
Being framed and the added bounty, it all felt like such bullshit.
It is bullshit.
I lost it. I'm sorry.
I know how you feel.
You too?
I know Rand doesn't... Well, my character doesn't express it all very well, but trust me. Trust me. I would have torn something up. I would have freaking thrown a pillow or something, flipped the table, something. But we've already spent enough time doing that. Wouldn't you agree?
It is confusing. We're wanted criminals now.
We're thieves. What else can you expect?
Maybe I haven't changed at all since that time we went up against Kamoshida. I wanted to be a phantom thief because I thought even someone like me could be a hero. It made me so happy to be depended on. Guess it all went straight to my head. I thought I could do anything if it was for justice, but that'd make me no different from our targets. I called them shitbags, but I must be the shittiest of shitbags. I can't even joke about it.
Well, there's no easy way to convince you otherwise. But in the midst of all that, are you just gonna tell me you're giving up?
You're right. I can start by changing who I am now. Thanks. I feel like I can think straight now. Oh, I scared Haru and Futaba, didn't I? I'll have to apologize to them soon.
Do what you can, man. Do what you can.
See ya.
Talk to you later. I got a message back from Akechi. He wants us to gather at LeBlanc tomorrow after school. Who does he think he is, trying to boss us around like that? We have to play along for now. He holds the upper card. He has a very powerful card he can use against us. Tomorrow, that's sudden. This is directly after the reward announcement. There must be a calculated reason for this too. We'll be okay, right? We'll manage. We always do. Yeah. We're going to overcome this together. Regardless, I don't want anyone disturbing our pace anymore. Let's go about this calmly. Well, see you all tomorrow.
We've reached a crucial moment. There's no point fretting about it now, though. Let's just stay calm and wait for tomorrow.
Right.
Okay.
Can't go out again. Can we do something on our work desk? We can. We can make some tools.
What do you want to do?
Okay. Cal would call me at LeBlanc. She could be called to LeBlanc for housekeeping after closing. The customers in Silver Row will leave the cafe at that time, so be aware of this if you have any business.
Okay.
Well, still can't make the perma-pick because I don't have enough of the materials, but... Let's see. We can make a few stun guns, a few air cannons, psycho bombs, definitely be useful.
Yeah.
We'll make it by ourselves. Cool. And we still have 4 left, so... Crap, we can't make a Makoto bomb anymore. I don't know how much firepower that does, but we can at least do
Yeah.
2 more of these. And we can make... two cocktails.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Well then.
An issue in which criminals do whatever they want under the name of justice cannot be left alone. Only now does the government speak of taking countermeasures, but their actions are too little, too late. The government as it stands has been left behind the times. It is obsolete. We don't have to go down with a sinking ship. We have the power to change this. Let us end this chaos through my hands and yours.
One, we actually get to see this man have his petition and, up close in person. Two, I find it really convenient that he just so happens to start speaking for his campaign in the open, right as the Phantom Thieves are announced as criminals. Like, that's really convenient timing, but nonetheless, what else can he do?
He's a politician of the ruling party, isn't he?
I heard they're splitting up to form a new party, so an election might come before the year's end.
I'm gonna vote this time for sure. This man has my support.
You haven't voted until now? That's problematic as a member of society, you know.
Politics just never interested me before, but this politician seems pretty amazing. He's passionate and thinks of the future. I mean, someone like that should be prime minister.
Oh boy. Oy vey.
I'm definitely voting for him.
Oy vey.
Well, I suppose that makes sense, since the other politician seems so unreliable.
Where's Yoshida? Where's Yoshida when you need him? Because he's a pretty reliable politician.
When you say that you want us to cooperate with you, what exactly do you intend us to do?
That's a good question. But might I have a cup of coffee first?
We're not exactly in the mood for direct pleasantries.
Quit effing around!
Please keep this short.
There's a bounty for information in addition to the arrest warrant. Those are quite desperate measures.
Yeah, we know that already. Get on with it.
I'm referring to Sai-san's actions. I assume all of you are at your wits' end as well.
Yep.
She must be considerably vexed if she's gone that far. Make headlines with the arrest warrant, then use incentives to get testimonies. It's not a bad method.
Yeah, well, at least she's not kicking down people's doors and freaking... like, threatening them. I don't know why I couldn't immediately come to the word, but yeah, at least she's not threatening them close to their necks, saying she's gonna make their lives a lot worse. So, in all honesty, this is a better alternative.
The police have nothing on us. There's no way they can make an arrest.
True. I'm the only one who's ascertained your true identities.
And you won't snitch about it if you know what's good for you.
However, the groundwork for fabricating testimonies and concocting a culprit are underway.
We don't care about that self-gratification. Get on with it.
He's saying because they're fabricating evidence, they're just gonna pinpoint anybody they find suspicious and mark them as the Phantom Thieves. Somebody else is gonna get hurt because of our actions.
I'll be blunt. I'm thinking of triggering a change of heart in Sai-san. I've already discovered that she has a palace.
Huh? Really?
Is this to prevent the investigation agency's recklessness?
Precisely.
Still, there's no need to change her heart just for that.
Indeed. It's hard to believe that a single person can fabricate all that.
That is true. And if we went about it with that said goal in mind, it would make us seem even more conspicuous.
Unfortunately, that's not the case. What if I told you that those around her would turn a blind eye to false evidence?
It would confirm my suspicions that the police and government force in this game are complete assholes.
You saying the police would do such a thing?
Why not? They've done it before.
It seems they're more trusted than I thought.
Yeah, they don't care as long as they get their instant gratification.
Their priority is settling the situation. They don't care who the supposed culprit is.
They're gonna pinpoint somebody.
No!
They're completely rotten.
I'm actually a little worried for Mishima, in all honesty. After all, he's the owner of the fan site, so there's no way he's not gonna be under the radar, you know?
My objective is to find the true culprit. That must be the case for all of you too. However, the current situation is extremely bad.
If worst comes to worst, someone unrelated will be set up as the culprit, huh?
Our only solution to this is to make Sai-san come to her senses. If she's in her right mind, she can stop this situation. Her sense of justice wouldn't allow it.
So that's why.
The truth will be covered up, and an innocent civilian's life will be destroyed. I can't allow such a thing to happen. My own ethics won't stand for it.
That, you and I can agree on, Akechi.
I mean, I guess I can understand how you feel.
And changing Sai-san's heart will be to protect her as well.
How do you mean?
If the true culprit were to learn that she's responsible for the investigation, what would happen?
Yeah. That kind of does put her at risk at being at the, on the chopping block. Considering this guy can just go around and kill whoever he pleases. So, she's not safe. Far from it.
I'm certain they'll aim for her life. She's the perfect target to place blame on the Phantom Thieves.
Same with Okumura, someone involved with the Phantom Thieves in some way. She's leading the investigation on us after all. If she were to die right on the spot, someone could easily take that as us trying to cover our bases and make sure we're not exactly caught.
So how about it? Will you agree to my plan?
Even though you're particular about being just, you're willing to get your hands dirty?
Sometimes that's the price you pay.
It can't be helped in order to ascertain the truth. There is also one more merit in changing Sai-san's heart.
Yeah?
She'll be a fine warning to others not to meddle with you any further. They can't go public if someone in the investigation has a change of heart. It'd show their corruption. All that's left from there is for me to discover the identity of the true culprit.
What do you mean?
You're gonna tell us to announce our disbandment once the real culprit is arrested, aren't you?
Yeah. I mean, once the entire case seems to be wrapped up, that's a pretty damn good reason for us to close up shop, you know?
As expected from a Nijima. So, what do you say? I don't think it's a bad deal for either of us.
Makoto, what's your take on all this?
Yeah, you've been kinda silent aside from saying a few lines.
It's a well-made plan. It even takes putting an end to our team into consideration.
I'm flattered to hear that.
Yeah, you are pretty sharp for a detective, we'll give you that.
Why are you willing to do all this, Akechi-kun? Why do you seek justice?
But did someone deny you, your all-you-can-eat membership for, IHOP?
Because of sickening human beings.
Oh, that's something we can definitely agree on.
Yes. My contempt for such people drives my sense of justice. It isn't some grand reason like society's sake or some lofty ideal. It's simply an absurd grudge and extremely personal.
Dude.
You know, doesn't he remind you of us?
Yeah, in all honesty, he really does.
Yeah, like like how some disgusting adult pissed him off.
If we didn't know any better, in slightly different circumstances, he'd be prime pickings to be our next member.
We're similar, hmm? Maybe that's why I thought that I could ask this of you all. Won't you cooperate with me on the mission to change Sai-san's heart?
The conditions of this deal and even this meeting are set up suspiciously too well. At this point, even if you were going into this blind, thinking about it, something's bound to go wrong. But for now, it's not a bad deal, no matter how you shake it.
Thanks. I was actually rather worried there. This mission can't succeed without your cooperation, after all.
The Phantom Thieves will be disbanded, and everything will work out. I pray it does.
That resolution still came a little too quickly. Right after things went horribly wrong and tensions are high.
Mako-chan. I'm okay. I never brought it up until now, but the reason I joined the Phantom Thieves is because I wanted to change my sister's heart. I was hoping I wouldn't have to resort to it, though.
You thought things between you two would turn out okay, or your sister wasn't too far gone.
I've also known for quite some time that she has a palace.
Why didn't you tell us?
Well,
it was too selfish of a reason. Though I was too scared to look any further into it on my own.
Why don't we try going there now to scope the place out? A lot of this will be new to me, so I'd like to get myself accustomed to it too.
Yeah, you have a lot to learn on that front. And I'm just gonna say, watch yourself so you don't get hurt.
I'm sorry, I actually have plans today.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Will you tell your sister about this? Of course not. It's just...
You seem awfully evasive today. Is something the matter?
Well, guys, it's very viable for her to have inconvenient plans that kind of stir us away from going into the palace today, but let's not forget, we're talking about going after her big sister. The person who's been taking care of the both of them for the longest time. She's practically her guardian. This is not an easy decision for her to make. It's not an easy decision for any of us to make. So I don't think... we can't necessarily be blind to what's really going on here.
I just can't make time today.
Let's call it a day then, and resume this tomorrow.
Agreed. We all need a little bit more time to air out our heads about this.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Mako, you don't have anything to apologize about this.
Wasn't Makoto acting a bit weird?
I think it would be a little weird if she acted the complete opposite. If she was completely gung-ho on the first day to be like, yep, let's go into my sister's palace and change her heart. Let's just do that. But the fact that she's put a lot of thought into this, and she's clearly worried. Because, again, this is the person who's been acting as her guardian, who's been taking care of her all of this time. This is about her big sister.
Well, I guess that can't be helped.
And this is just one of the things that kind of tease me off from the thieves' dynamic and how Like, I think this could have been written a little bit better.
Regardless, it all starts tomorrow. I hope this goes well.
Like, again, this could have been written a little bit better. Like, the thieves as a dynamic, they've just been kind of blowing through the small, quote-unquote, insignificant bits related to, like, the big story stuff, or, like, small arcs that we have to get through. They're just being to me, they just sound like they're being somewhat nonchalant about Makoto's situation, and I get it. From the moment we met her, it kind of seemed like she was being nonchalant about our situation, but still, a little bit more, like, if they were written in a certain, just to kind of like seem like they were a bit more considerate about what she's really going through in this, about this whole entire thing, then I wouldn't have a problem. But no, it just seems like they're just scooting it under the rug because it's our next operation, you know?
A palace? In me?
Yep. How's that make you feel?
Not only that, Goro Akechi? Then the Phantom Thieves targeted me as per his advice?
Crazy, I know, but what else could we do?
And he had already experienced the metaverse by the time of the Okumura case? That can't be. I mean, he never said a word.
Would you really have believed him?
Although, his attitude did change suddenly around that time.
Around the Okumura case? Or somewhat sooner?
Akechi-kun kept quiet about the most important details, and my own sister may be a phantom thief? If this is all true, I was out of the loop the entire time I led the investigation. What a joke. So you became convinced of another's existence through the 2 mental shutdown cases?
Yep.
And if you were apprehended while falsely accused of those crimes, that villain would still be loose. That's why you targeted me? Not for your own preservation?
That's not all.
No. If this villain does exist and is setting up your group, I would be targeted next.
Exactamundo.
Did Makoto come up with that speculation?
I don't remember at this point. Because remember, drugs.
Perhaps I'm overthinking things. Hey! You need to keep your focus.
And give me some freaking water.
It seems you're completely worn out.
Yeah, we've been at this for, what, over 50 hours?
But the look on your face isn't one of defeat. Why is that?
Well, because I haven't finished telling my story yet. And because I haven't lost yet.
I'm amazed. It seems you can still talk.
As long as you're still able to listen.
When you were arrested, a man at the scene told you that you were sold out, correct? Those words normally hint at the existence of a traitor. However, if your story till now is true, one reason can be concluded. It's frustrating to admit, but at a certain point... No, most likely from the start. I was a mere puppet. Someone set up only to bear responsibility later. Someone intended your arrest, and the minimal staff directly involved were in their pocket. And if that's the case, true integrity would side with you.
She is slowly starting to accept the truth. I feel my bond with Size growing deeper, and what number is this? 6. And at this point in the game, sure.
All right.
No, I'm jumping to conclusions. I don't believe your story yet. There's something I need to confirm with you. Was a change of heart triggered in me? What happened in the time between entering my palace and your arrest? Tell me everything.
Find out next time on Persona 5 Royal. Now, actually, we're just gonna continue this now. Summary of the story up to this point has been updated. Good.
What's this favor you need? It's late already.
We'll be going to Nijima's palace, so I want to look into her.
Let's think of this as a bit of late-night homework.
Things like her work ethic and relationships. It doesn't matter whether it's public or private. Those would help us come up with countermeasures in case we hit a roadblock in her palace.
It's nice that we're actually starting to think a little bit more about this aspect. And it's a bit par for the course as well, considering we had to know a little bit about our previous targets. You know, Kamoshida, Madarame, we figured out a little bit about Kaneshiro and his whole deal before jumping into his palace, kind of. Futaba most definitely. And then it came around to Okumura. I mean, with Okumura, we barely knew much at all. But still, it's nice that we're on the track about things.
I can look up more, you know. Stuff like her repertoire of underwear.
Tell me later.
A girl shouldn't say things like that.
Only a girl can say things like that.
You tell her too.
I'm curious, what else can you dig up?
Well, like her history with men.
Ooh, spicy. Do tell.
We're phantom thieves.
Yeah, and what's your point, Morgana?
Ahem.
Oh, fine. We'll stop joking around and be gentlemanly.
Also, I may be overthinking it, but my voice... Ow!
Same as always.
Let me finish first. There's something else we want you to look into.
And now for today's train news. First off, the investigation team has announced new progress in the search for Phantom Thieves. Secondly, the opposition party has submitted a vote of no confidence regarding the current cabinet, along with legislator Shido's plan for a new party has sparked fear of governmental disbandment. I assume, since we're jumping straight into a new palace, that means this is the end of our... This is pretty much putting a block on our road of confidence for now. We'll be back. We will be back. Where are we meeting today? Oh, right. We were never told where to meet up. At the courthouse. Where's that? Hint, the government office district. Kasumi Gaseki. Indeed. Oh, I've heard of that place. Never been there, though. Me neither. It's not somewhere normal people usually go. Whoa, just looking at the map is impressive. A police department, Ministry of Justice, Public Prosecutor's Office, and Public Security. The Dai building is right near there, too. For real? What kind of scary place are we going to? We won't get caught, right? They don't know anything about us, so I assume not. According to Akechi-kun, our identities haven't been discovered yet. For now. So we're just gonna plunge headfirst into enemy territory. Has anyone contacted Akechi? We're going to meet him there. Be on guard, everyone. We'll be heading straight into a lion's den.
So this is the courthouse. You can tell it's a revolting building just by looking at it. Let's hurry up and get started. Akechi, what did you find out?
I rarely get to see Sai-san directly, but I figured out her course of action. On the 20th, an investigation will likely be done at Shujin Academy, as well as the Sakura residence.
For real?
I'm guessing this is because of the link between... No, they couldn't possibly have figured out that Futaba was a suspect or a victim of the changes of heart, or... but then again, Sai did have her sight pretty set on Sojiro and, you know, his whole business with Futaba. And of course, Wakaba's research, so he might just be after Sojiro. But Ren is not safe either because he has a criminal record.
Then that means our time limit is November 20th.
Still, there will be quite a bit of red tape involved. I doubt it'll take place before the 20th.
We'll take your word. For now, we need to focus on infiltrating her palace.
So, business as usual, we're just gonna ram forward, completely taking care of the palace, and just like we did with Okumura, we may... No, wait, no, we can't do that until the 20th anyway, so... Or can we? Can we take care of the palace before the 20th? I imagine so. But then again, I don't remember this bit quite clearly, but... If the latter being the case, we can't take the treasure until the 20th, are we still free to do confidants within the team? Because that's always been a problem until the treasure has been taken.
I concur. And we should probably get going soon. After all, people like us standing around here is quite unnatural.
Yeah, just standing open, just wide open to the public on one side of the street. Talking with the famous detective.
Well then,
let's go.
That's...
Huh? What about my smartphone?
This is the model I wanted! You're so lucky!
I'm so sorry. Until recently, Futaba was actually well...
Yeah, bit of a social recluse.
It's okay. Sai-san told me the gist.
Did she?
Oh, right. Akechi-kun, it may be best if you exchange contact info with everyone, too. Not just me.
I mean, I could have done that.
That's true.
Ooh. I'll send everyone's contacts to you later.
Thanks. Well then, I hope we get along. I'll do my best.
Good. Because I'll have you know I won't be going so easy on you once you're a member.
You've got a good personality and good looks? Talk about cheating.
Okay, Futaba was definitely up to something.
She's praising you, I believe.
Then shall we get started?
We've been saying that for the past 3 dialogue lines.
We need to figure out what Makoto's sis thinks this courthouse is, right?
I often hear her call it a place of competition in which she must always win.
A competition, huh? That sounds like Sai-san.
So many ways that can be interpreted.
It'd be unbearable if you were put on trial for a reason like that.
Well, with Japan's conviction rate being so high.
Although, a competition means it's a match of some sort. Might it be a martial arts ring?
Conditions have not been met. Then perhaps a stadium? Or maybe an arena? Conditions have not been met.
There are other competitions besides fighting and sports.
Gambling then!
We're getting warmer.
How about a racetrack for horses? Other than that, there's pachinko, but does that count as gambling?
Think a little more about this, guys. What sort of place would you normally find these activities? Try to piece it all together.
We played cards during the school trip.
Okay, we have cards, horse racing, pachinko, gambling being the main topic. Put all of those ideas together and you have a...
Conditions have not been met. What else is there? It must be a casino.
Ding ding ding! Give her a cash prize! Not for me because I am broke as hell.
Candidate found.
I definitely see Sai-san in you.
Not the best thing to say. Yeah. Akechi, I would advise you to choose your words a little more wisely next time.
Well, it's time we head in then.
She's already having mixed feelings about all this. You don't want to make it worse. Please don't make it worse.
Beginning navigation.
Oh, and here we go.
Head right past there and keep a low profile.
That's it, huh? What's going on here?
We are looking at the courthouse, aren't we?
Seems like it.
Let's go.
Right.
And with this, I welcome one and all, dear viewers, to the place where this whole story began.
The courthouse is a casino.
Yep.
Everywhere else seems to be a normal cityscape.
Isn't that...
The police station, yes.
Areas completely outside of the person's cognition remains the same.
I didn't know that the station and the courthouse were next to each other.
It makes it that much more convenient, does it not?
Our attire hasn't changed. That must mean we aren't considered threats or hostiles yet.
Funny how you know that right off the bat.
Right. Areas outside her courthouse palace must not be worthy of her attention.
Right.
Wait, I always look like this. I'm special. Besides, I can't do anything in my cat form. The police station's also part of her work area, though, whenever arrests are made for her cases.
So... that mean that the courthouse is the place which she thinks she needs to absolutely win at?
I've brought her food and belongings when she was sent on loan to the police.
We got no business with the cops, right? This might be the metaverse, but I don't want to go in a station.
Well, I think you might be a little safer considering we're in the metaverse right now. You know, because we can actually fight.
That reminds me, he'll need a code name too.
Codename?
Phantom thieves can't go around using the real names, right? It ain't cool either.
Just for reference, what is everyone else's?
Skull.
Mine's Fox.
We pretty much decided on them with how we look, didn't we?
Well, about half of our group did. I think well, Makoto... Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 members, I guess. There's Futaba, who decided her name based on, you know, her abilities. Mona, because, well, short for Morgana. Ren, I think Joker also counts towards that because despite how he looks, he's really named because he's kind of a jack of all trades. Haru...
What is it, Haru?
Yeah, she came up with like a viable backstory for hers. Like it's pretty meaningful, you know. Her nickname was made pretty meaningful to her and what it represents. So honestly, if this was a contest, I'd say hers is a pretty good contender.
Oh, it's nothing.
Just based on the fact that she actually put a bit of depth and meaning into it.
Then perhaps Karasu will be best for me. You know, like a raven.
Are your clothes all black or something?
The reverse, actually. If our codenames are to hide our identities, wouldn't that be better?
Smart.
Karasu. He'd be the only Japanese-sounding one. Why not go with Crow instead?
All right. From here on out, you're Crow.
Got it.
Now then, let's head into the courthouse. Now then.
Alright, this is business as usual. First off, we'll need to find an infiltration route. Who do I have on my team? Well, I would suggest bringing along, first and foremost, you gotta bring along Akechi. Replace... Go ahead and replace Ryuji in a line.
That settles it.
Superb judgment. Alright. Kara, you can... place Morgana this time around. And Haru's staying because she's the most recent member. Alright, we have our team. Let's get going.
I should write something.
Wait!
Hey, we can't go that way. Garner far too much attention. Alright. So, being the craftful thieves we are, let's find an alternative.
Okay.
Looks like we'll be able to sneak in from here.
So, this means we're acknowledged as a threat, correct?
You were not kidding about being the complete reverse. Red, piercing, immediately the two words that come to mind are Red Robin.
Dude, you planning on stealing stuff in that getup?
It just means that's what he thinks a rebel looks like.
No. This is my mental image of a person who sticks to their justice.
As an oversaturated comic book hero? Sure.
Well, I think your mask is more apt for piercing rather than sticking. That aside, the people in here look completely normal.
But we're in a flashy casino. There's no doubt this is a palace.
Oh, maybe this is what she believed. Like, traditionally, this is what people look like in a casino. Just ordinary people willing to gamble away their money. On top of that, I don't think she associates that much thought into the people around her.
Oh, right. Crow doesn't know too much about cognitive beings, does he?
Ah, yes. In addition to similar topography, cognitive people exist based on the ruler's perceptions.
That probably didn't make much sense because all the fancy terms he was using, huh?
Don't get ahead of yourself, Ryuji.
In essence, since these look like real people, Sai-san's view of others is surprisingly undistorted.
Yeah.
Considering what I see before me, it's difficult to believe it is not actually a real casino.
Yeah, her thought process is actually pretty realistic in all regards. It's not as cartoonishly evil as the previous people we went after, who were completely just enthralled with their desires.
Not all cognitions are normal, though. In Futaba and Okumura's palaces, we had to battle them. People may look normal, but we should be careful. Particularly of those in positions of power.
That just means we have to be extra careful about who we pass.
Is this what you have to go through every time?
What of it?
I wonder if you were as nervous as I am now during your first attempt at this.
Just don't slow us down, Crow.
I will not allow that to happen.
Okay, it's time we head inside. Our deadline for this infiltration is November 20th. Any later and we'll get caught in reality.
Right.
Of course, we'll need to secure an infiltration route before we send out the calling card. As always.
So the calling card wasn't merely for show? It's a necessary step?
Yeah.
Will you please stop interrupting?
Well, I mean, he's at the very least showing his enthusiasm. Again, we don't have to be the nicest people, but...
My apologies.
Yeah, just try to tone down the excitement. Even if it's all played up, just you're kind of creeping us out.
Well then, let's go.
I feel somewhat nervous.
Well then, let us begin by securing our route.
It's somewhere.
Alright, and the leather. And still have to check. What's over there?
Somewhere.
Ah! Well,
Is that a rare one? Don't let it get away! Prepare yourself! Finish it for me!
I'm not gonna spoil his persona until we actually get to the debut fight. What are you, crazy?
This is a part of me! Someone finish it off!
You think I'd actually do you guys dirty like that?
Okay, there.
Persona! Feel my rage! I couldn't finish it!
Still, maybe come.
Come! Persona! Huh! I wasn't strong enough.
Let's go. Not this. Persona!
Who else do we have?
Principality. Go down.
Nope. What else do we have? We have something for...
What's my
Yeah,
next
but-
move? This should do. Finish it for me.
And ran away.
Mustn't be greedy, just like I thought.
We'll figure out its weakness at some point. We already know that it's gonna be here in this palace, so... not what I wanted to do. Alright, fine. Well, that bar is... that's completely barred up. And we can't check that vent.
Focus.
We can't check this one over here. Incomplete deck. I'm sure that's at least valuable to someone.
Welcome. Come on out, you petty thieves.
Ah, crap, she was expecting us.
She can see us?
Well, she can see us now.
You're after the treasure, are you not? Come on down and I will tell you where it is.
Nope, not buying it. What's the catch?
What? We're not going to fall for a trick like that.
It's not a lie. I only wish to do this fair and square. You aren't going to run, are you?
Well... no. Guess
We
not.
should do as she says. There is no point in hiding any longer.
Alright, well... let's just get this out of the way. All cards on the table.
So you've come.
We'll be your opponents for this chapter.
The treasure is located on the manager's floor at the highest point of this building.
Sweet, you gonna let us in?
Why are you telling us this?
It's as I said before. I wish to go about this in the fairest manner possible.
Right. Meanwhile, your real-world counterpart is desperate for a win, so I don't buy that for a second.
First, I ask that you come up to my location. We will continue this there.
Damn it! Over there!
It seems we'll be able to use that elevator to reach higher floors. Come, Joker. Let us pursue her. Let us get after her, Joker.
Alright.
I have something.
Anything we can... yep. Anything we can snatch over here? Yes, there is. Okay.
There's a chest! Joker, let's open it!
Confused bot.
I have something.
What's over here?
Joker.
Fine, we'll come back to this later. I'm just curious. Might as well head for the front of the elevator, right?
Is there a safe room nearby? It'd help if we can find one. I can take a rest, right?
That was easy.
Okay.
Alright.
Authentication required. Please insert your member's card.
Right. I guess this is a standard casino. Wouldn't be that easy.
Member's card?
Perhaps it bears relation to a player's club of sorts.
I can't handle your technical speak. Just give me it straight.
Well, Ryuji, in places such as this, where you can come in and play games to your leisure, usually there's some sort of system put in place where you have to pay. In this sort of case, it comes in the form of membership, in the membership system.
Casinos typically have a membership system called a player's club. Some locations even have areas cordoned off for particular ranks of player.
Just as he said.
Considering the setup of this place, I thought things may be similar here.
Alright. So, thoughts on how we get ourselves a membership card?
That'll make this shit simple. Come on, let's join this player thingy.
It won't be that easy.
I would agree with you, but...
A shadow!
As I expected, Registration will not be such a simple matter.
She must be daring us to challenge the security of this place to make it to her.
Here it comes! No need to worry. I'll handle this. I need to prove my worth to you, after all.
Well, if we did beat the cheater before, I would say this is round 2. Just know I have high expectations, Crow.
I promise to surpass even such lofty hopes as those.
Lofty. Alright.
Well then, let us begin.
And his name is even present on his bow. This is indeed Robin Hood.
Don't worry, you can leave this one to me. Take them down, Robin Hood!
Alright, what do you think? Koga?
Robin Hood!
Here we go.
Persona! Out of our way!
Nope.
Crow's got some moves.
Oh, thank you, Detox. Alright.
This is a part of me. You gotta hit them.
Nope.
The opponent is strong. Don't do anything reckless.
Let's go.
Well, he doesn't go down with light skills.
Ravage Snap!
Joker, you missed?
Persona!
Launch that.
Persona! Take that!
Resist that.
Too close. Queen's in danger. Queen's in Persona! This looks bad. Here! Thanks.
Persona!
Not much left to try. Considering this is Akechi's debut fight,
You're mine.
I could just do that and kill him instantly. You're not so bad. Yeah, you actually handled yourself pretty well. And I am capable of much more. Now then, let us deal with the shadows quickly. Wait, doesn't it sound like we're gonna get ambushed based on what we heard earlier?
You're right.
I agree. I'd like to deal with them as quickly as we can. But now that we have an infiltration route, I suggest we return for now and prepare. Very well, I trust your experience and judgment. Let's do that. Ah, man! You're just gonna instantly boot us out? Wanted to see what the room was about. Today was truly one surprise after another. I hope we continue to thrive in our work together. Agreed. We will need to explain the steps we take though. That is unnecessary. First we secure an infiltration route, then send the calling card, correct? In doing so, the core of the ruler's distorted desires will manifest into a physical form. By taking that core, the change of heart will be triggered. I deduce the steps will be something along those lines. A+. It ain't as simple as it sounds. Don't underestimate this chick. I'm not trying to underestimate anything, I assure you. By the way, Nijima's channel seemed really confident. Yes, there's no knowing what may await. Let's continue cautiously. Very well. You'll let me know when you enter a palace, yes? Or when you enter the palace, yeah? Not really a negotiation to do so. Perfect, I will wait. I will be available at any time you need me. That's enough for now. Let's prepare well for the coming task. I ask my apologies for somewhat derailing this conversation. We'll be counting on you, Akechi. Failure is not an option here. Yes, I'll do my best to live up to all of your expectations.
The crucial moment's finally here. Give it all you've got. Okay.
This is a rare opportunity. Let's steal Nijima's heart. Things are really sourced. There's even a bounty on you guys. Or really soured, there's even a bounty. But I seriously believe the thieves are innocent. By the way, I changed up the survey question. It's already up in flames though. It's a problem for me too if people don't think the Phantom Thieves are heroes. Just try and clear the stigma on your name as soon as you can, okay? I'm counting on you.
So people are turning on us even in his survey? Our popularity is really at an all-time low.
Well, it is what it is. And we can't really go out tonight either, so we're staying in. But for now, I think this is an adequate place to stop. A little bit of story progression, but it does go a long way considering we've opened up the doors to Sai's Palace, which we're going to continue on immediately next time. And we have Akechi's debut episode. Kinda, sorta. But that's gonna be it for me today. If you all enjoyed this week's episode, please be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications on when the next live stream or Persona 5 video will be dropping on the main channel. If you guys wish to help the channel even further, link in the description to my Ko-fi page, the way we are holding a $120 donation goal, or tipping goal. Tipping donation, tipping sounds a little bit more, you know. But anyways, there's a tipping goal in there for Mario and Luigi Birthday Trip. If there are any future games you guys would like for me to check out on the Switch, or maybe on the PS5 in the future, please let me know in the comments down below, or just notify me of like any games that I should check out which you guys want me to see. But in any case, this is where I'm gonna leave it. Where will we end up next time? Only time itself will tell us. That's all I have left to say. I will see you all in the next episode. This is SMK8, signing out.